Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to our journey on Mars at maximum difficulty. It's been an absolute bear. So I am highly concerned right now that we do not have anywhere close to a sufficient birth rate to survive, and it is going to be a slow burn until we get ourselves killed in the next 10 or 20 souls. The reason I think this is I'm looking at this comfort rating right here. So you really want your comfort rating to be about 66. In order to have just a simple, stable birth rate. Above that, getting close to 70 or higher is actually enough to start increasing your population rather than simply maintaining it. We're sort of close to hovering around 66, but that's with a vista, and we still don't have enough. Any text that would allow me to increase comfort would actually be highly tempting. Getting apartments could even do that if we had enough polymers. I mean, that is a thing. I don't know, something to consider. But yeah, so we need to find ways to increase comfort. One problem I'm seeing with the comfort is if you take a look at some people here, no access to social building or shopping buildings when they wanted it. They will visit like one building per day or something like that. And then if they can't meet their needs during one particular shift, either the morning or the midday or at night, well, then they get all fussy, even though the building was available during other hours. So we're going to have to get some people working in things like the grocer and the diner at some point. I don't want to salvage. I wish I could just tell you guys to repair this right now. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, so we need to have some jobs turn on over here. That's going to get a lot easier once the farm is officially set up. The farm is going to be able to produce a lot more food for me than these hydroponic farms are able to. So I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. In fact, as soon as this is done, I think we go ahead and pull this guy off of this job and go do something else. We'll just watch for him right now. Watching for him. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and say none. Cancel your jobs. You're done. Now we have the farm, and the farm automatically wants to defer to wheat, which does not consume a lot of water, but look how much food it produces. Optimally, 17 in 2 souls. That is way better than what we're getting right now with the leaf crops at 12 for 4 souls. 3 food per day, or something closer to like 8. I mean, a little less, but you get the point. That's pretty good. No, actually about right. Yeah, about 8.5. So, yeah, this is obviously way better. We will actually want to first, though, switch over to soybeans, which does take a long time to grow. But if we can do this, we'll increase the soil quality so that we will be able to get the more optimal harvests without too much trouble. As opposed to potatoes, which give a load of food, but also reduce that quality of soil, which I don't really want to do. Ultimately, what I think I want to do is get the soybeans up there and probably just focus on nothing but wheat. Yeah, low yield, but it grows fast and it doesn't require as much water. That can end up being pretty helpful. So yeah, we'll see. Let's go ahead and reduce this down to like 3 jobs. I think that's ultimately all we're going to end up needing. Looks like some people have started shifting jobs around. I actually don't want that many people working in the diners. Thank you very much. There we go. Okay, this is all going to be okay. Now, something else we need to do is take into account the fact that we have a senior. Now, seniors, unfortunately, do absolutely nothing for me in this game. They are not productive, and they cannot have children. All they do is breathe your air, drink your water, and eat your food. So what we're going to have to do, as horrible as this is we're going to have to build a special dedicated little microdome right over here. And it's basically going to be a death pod where we send our seniors off to the farm. For all intents and purposes. That's exactly what we are going to be doing. We are going to be sending our seniors into a microdome with no life support, and they are going to die. But they're going to stop consuming all my resources, so yeah, it's horrible, but it's the way of things here. Apparently, this is the way you survive. It really is. Let's go ahead and prioritize this a little bit. The sooner I can get this person killed, probably the faster I can save up on some much-needed food. I will probably go ahead and pull back on both of these guys here. And just one person working on high workload, I hope will end up getting me just enough food to survive with this. We really need some people working on these farms in order to try and preserve as much food out of this as we can. That's way more important. It's already working, you know? Let's go ahead and turn this on. There we go. Okay. It's already working, whether we are actually manning it or not, weirdly enough. So just having a single person attending it, it's just going to get me more food than having these people tending the freaking leaf crops. All right, so now we're going to have people working in the grocers and in the diners, apparently. Which, you know, hey, great. We actually might want to consider reducing the number of people working machine parts as well. Maybe? Depends on how much food I feel like I'm really going to need. We will be getting rid of these hydroponic farms. Once this is done growing, we'll go ahead and just demolish this as well. So do I want 2 or 3 people working over here? That's the real question. I don't really know. We'll see. Let's just get this microdome built up and get some people killed. Now, what are we working on for research right now? All right, the subsurface heating. Okay, that's just to protect us in the event of another cold wave, which, I mean, I don't know. It could happen anytime. That is sort of what they do. They just sort of pop up and say, "Hi, you're gonna die now." We've survived 1. We can survive more, probably. Actually, to that extent, we need to be careful. Let's think about the fact that we are now consuming a lot more power than before. These small machine parts are certainly consuming quite a bit of that. Plus, we have a little bit less solar panels than we did last time. So if a cold wave comes, let's make sure we build out some more solar panels and be prepared to have the small machine parts factory off or something. Which is fine. We'll just dedicate people to working on food instead. Not really opposed to that. Should be okay. You actually should be set to the higher workload as well. I'm okay with burning down their sanity. That's not a big deal. Burn down that sanity. Sanity doesn't matter anywhere near as much as comfort rating does to me. Comfort, by the way, has jumped up to 65. So we're almost at the point that we need just to maintain a somewhat stable birth rate. Somewhat stable. It's not going to be fantastic. All right, well, there's not a whole lot to do right now while we wait for some of this to all get scanned and everything else. I guess we're going to have to do ourselves a jump cut in order to actually make some progress in this video. All right, jump cut time. Okay, the microdome is officially built. There may not be any life support in there, but that's not going to stop me from placing a nice, simple living quarter right here in the center that I can assign as housing. Let's go to filters. We are going to filter so that seniors are required to come here. Yes, there we go. But in the previous dome, seniors are banished. You're not allowed to live here anymore in Sturgeon. You have to go over to the other dome once we finish building the housing. And then we'll just go ahead and find that senior and manually move them over here. And yeah, they'll die. They will 100% die, but
Cold wave.
You know, that's a, oh my god, cold wave. Okay, you know, we had just been talking about this. This is something we can probably survive, but it's going to be awful in so very many ways. We have enough machine parts we can almost certainly survive, so I probably can turn off the machine factory when the time comes. We did just finish scanning another sector. This one down here. Okay, this actually had a fair bit of stuff, apparently. Yeah, okay. Lots more water, some more concrete and stuff. Good to know where that is. Transport. We can never have enough metals. Get more. Bring back to base. Wait, you can't bring back to base. I forgot. We haven't finished building the dang ramp. Oh, right. That would be a problem, wouldn't it? I don't suppose there's anything else I left behind over here. Is there 2,000 concrete? Oh my god. Low grade, but that's a lot of concrete. Yeah, okay. That's good to know. I think I left behind some metals over here by accident. Is this 25? Yeah, that's it. Let's make sure we go ahead and grab some of those real quick and bring them back to base, since we do have a ramp there at the very least. Yeah, if we ever find ourselves running out of concrete entirely, that's where we're going to have to go. All right, we don't care about these rumors. So the cold wave's going to hit in a sol in 15 hours. That is not a whole lot of time to work with. We're going to need to build, I think, a ferric ton more solar panels, which I hate to do because it feels like I'm just doing nothing but blob. But the good news is, metals are one of the only resources I feel like I have a good number of. So as long as we build out a stinking ton of these solar panels, hopefully we can charge up these 3 batteries and the wind turbines can carry me to victory. They should be able to. I have a hard time believing that they won't. Okay, so the house actually got built. Let's go and inspect. Unable to work. Yes, this Swedish senior Ragnar Jonsson. Party animal. So you're not even one of my sexy people. Well, that's good to know. So we're going to take you, and we are going to assign you to this residence. Yep. That's where you're going to go. Head over there. Don't worry, you'll die before the cold wave. Or if you live long enough for the cold wave, it'll just basically make you fall asleep. I mean, that's peaceful, right? This is practically humane. Suffocation? No! I'm already aware. Oh no, Ragnar. Ragnar's like, wait, I was promised a utopia. What is this? Ah! Ah! Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not really trying to mock the dying so much. It's just, it's slightly amusing. Okay, so, yeah, this is going to be done in less than a day. Just a couple more souls. We have probably way too many of these turned on at the moment, so until the cold wave hits, let's just go ahead and turn quite a few of these off. Yeah, way too many, in fact. Let's go ahead and turn all of you off. That still leaves me with enough power that we can very quickly charge this up. We can turn off a couple more, I think. Okay, that should still be enough for now, I think. We just need to get the batteries up to full power by the end of the day. That's plenty of time. Plenty of time. Come on, just finish this. I don't want to miss this by accident. I want to make sure we get rid of this the second that it's done. We're going to get like 9.3 food. That's not bad, considering only one person's working on it right now. All right, you're set to none. Turn off the jobs. Salvage the building. We don't need it anymore. Go and work on this farm. It's a better farm. And for the exact same amount of effort, we're going to get a lot more food by the end of this. And it will only get better as the soil quality continues to increase. Anomaly found. Well, hello. That actually would be really helpful right now if we could get that, because that would let me finish subsurface heating faster. I guess we could afford to send the commander down here, but the ramp still has a long way to go is the problem. It's not anywhere close to done. I don't know. Anomaly scanned by arrival. Fine, don't care. So how's the comfort rating doing now? It's at 66. Okay, good. 50 food would get me 20 metals. You're freaking joking, right? Let's flip that around the other way, and I'll happily spend some metals in order to get some food. Happily. Okay, we still have actually way too much power coming in. Let's go ahead and turn off at least a couple more. Technically, we can turn off even more than this, temporarily. Though we'll ultimately want to have at least a couple more of these back on. Okay. More planetary anomalies scanned. Yes, it would have been nice to get those myself, but I cannot. Cannot do it, Cotton. That didn't sound right. That didn't sound right at all. 2 more of our rare metals. If we can actually send the Hopeless back to Earth, get some more cash, bring back some more goodies, more polymers and whatever the heck else. One way that we could increase the comfort rating by a pretty substantial margin would actually be to build an art store. Art stores provide service comfort of 80, which is way better than the 50 that we are getting out of things like the grocer, or 60 from the diner, right? So, like, this would be pretty good, but the problem is it does consume polymers. Electronics store is even better, but, you know, it consumes electronics. And do I really want to invest money in that? And the answer actually could be yes. Like, that's the thing. What if we built an art store and turned off, let's say, the grocer, because people can get food and stuff at the diner. They don't need shopping. We would get enough comfort. Yes, it would cost me a lot of money and polymers, mainly. But if it gives me enough comfort that we start getting population, is this actually worth it? I think it depends. How much polymer do they consume each visit? 0.2? I want to try it. I'm desperate. If we don't get population building up, we're dead. Okay. Oh, God, a colonist is Earth-sick. Oh, it's the one who's going to die anyway. I don't care. Yeah, you want to go back to Earth? All right, your soul will return to Earth. Sorry. It's just... I just don't care. Ragna needs to die. She's trying really hard to survive, and, like, kudos for it, but no, she's gotta die. There's no life support in there. Hasn't been from the beginning. You walked into a literal death trap. So, bye-bye? Yeah, let's get this set up and see if this works. I don't know. This may be a really dumb idea, but I think we started with the advantage of being able to get rare metals without costing jobs. I think most people playing on hard difficulty would not be able to do this. But I can. I'm in that very fortunate position. Why are we out of water? What's going on? Why have we run out of everything? I don't know. We're going to turn you off, so everyone goes and works here instead. No oxygen. Leak detected. Oh, frick. Okay, there is one thing we can do that's going to be faster than allowing this leak to be a thing. And that is simply going to be salvaging the leak. There's no leak anymore. Now, of course, we still don't have everything connected the way we want it to, but at least there's no more leak. We're not losing resources. So let's go ahead and quickly get this pipe set back up. It's a dang dust devil. Oh, frickin' heck, now what? All right. Get rid of the cable. Again, it's still the same effect where we don't have everything we want from this water extractor, but at least we don't have to worry about losing what resources we already have. And metals are, again, easy enough for me to come by. So we can get this rebuilt pretty quick. Of course, we do need to repair this ASAP. And we should have plenty of life support coming in because, you know, right now, oxygen tank, water tank, etc. Now, if that had happened during a cold wave, we actually would have been in a lot more trouble. A lot more trouble. Service comfort, 87. Why 87 instead of 80? I don't know. But people are going to go and visit. We should be seeing the comfort rating jump. Back up to 66. Okay. Let's pay attention to that. Low food. Temporarily true, but once we get these soybeans done, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I know that there's no life support over here. Where is Ragna? Is Ragna still alive? My God, Ragna! She's just hanging on like a freaking trucker. Lord, I'm impressed. Also dismayed. Because they're going to continue... Oh, she's dead. Yeah, she's going to continue eating my food so long as she lives. All right, eulogy for an everyday hero. Hero, though? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, why not? Died of a totally natural death. Asphyxiation. It's the most natural of all deaths. All right, well, we have no more seniors eating my food. So there we go. This is actually very effective for sorting out the renegades, too, if we wanted. I'm not sure that I do want, but it is a thing that we could do. So it looks like we are indeed consuming about 0.2 polymers per visit. This is going to end up being expensive quickly. But it's going to get that comfort rating up, and that's kind of substantial. And people can get food from the diner if they want. In fact, I actually kind of like this in the sense that people will stop going to the grocer for food. They'll always go to the diner, which means they're going to get that social and dining experience as well. If they want shopping, they just go to the art store. I think this might work. Okay. Couple more hours until the cold wave hits. Let's jump forward. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes right about now. Boom. Let's go ahead and launch the Hopeless out of here. We already do have all of our materials. Might as well do that now. Let's remember that these buildings need to be set on shifts if this is going to work. We'll do something like this. You will be on mornings. You will be in the midday, if at all. We need to make sure everything's running at least one shift per day so that they don't freeze. Though, truth be told, if some freeze, it's not the end of the world. That's going to be A-okay. Let's go ahead and turn on, like, all of these, because I think we're going to need them all in order to survive. We're about to see our power needs, like, skyrocket to all heck. Bye, Hopeless! You give me hope. You do give me hope. All right, this is enough power, actually, as things currently stand. Weird. I'm not used to that. All right, so let's go ahead and turn off at least a couple of these. We can do this much for now. At least until the costs go up again, which they might. You never know. How are we doing on comfort? Okay, 67. Good. Getting there, getting there. Not seeing any births, but we're getting there. I think it's something like, if you get to like 66, it's something like every 27 souls or so on average, couples will have a baby. Which is not a lot, but it's a thing. It's a thing that we can do. All right, we'll bring back plenty of polymers. We'll keep that art store going. Transportation problem, yes. Heavy waves and stuff, got it. How are we doing on that ramp? 3%. Took us that long just to get the rocks out of here. I want to get to things like these breakthroughs. We could get the tech we need, the subsurface heaters, a lot faster. That said, we're 81% of the way there. I mean, out of the 1,500, that means we're probably about 2 souls away, 1.5 souls away-ish.
Colonists.
From getting over to getting some subsurface heaters, and that probably will change the entire equation. All right, so this is now going to start draining. So we're back down to our tried and true method of turning on these stupid wind turbines each and every night. God, I hate it. I hate these cold waves, I do. But, this is going to be enough to sustain ourselves using the power accumulators. It's enough to keep the water extractors going. So we have life support, which means our comfort's not going to drop, which means we're okay. We're actually sort of doing okay. It all comes down to births. It really does. Oh, I forgot we even had this on right now. Right. As long as it's not working at night, maybe we don't care? Maybe? I think we're okay, actually. I think we don't need to worry about... I think we're okay with leaving these on. As long as they aren't draining my power during the night, I think we're all right. If we get into an emergency situation and I can't stockpile energy fast enough, we can always just turn this off, right? That is a thing that we can do. All right. This is called Burrows. That's funny. Can I actually change your name? Because I kind of want to change your name. We're going to call it The Farm. Y'all know exactly what that means. Don't lie. All right, power should be generating at a stupid rate. We need to go turn these off again, and this is right back to rinse and repeat town. What a fun way to play the game. So fun. I love it so much. So much fun. Frick. Gosh, we really are consuming so much. It's not even just it's not even just the maintenance, it's the consumption rate. The consumption of polymers is way too stinking high. Maybe what we do is we split the difference. We'll have the art store on sometimes, but we always have a shopping need met if people can go to the grocer. Yeah, someone's always able to shop at any time of the day. They can get food from the diner most of the time. They may not always get the art. That can at least reduce the spending of the polymers. It's not going to be enough. Gosh, I just need to bring so much back. What we really need is to start producing our own. And I've got plenty of fuel. We could do that if I just had the manpower, but that is entirely dependent on births. Speaking of which, we had a birth! Thank God, babies. More babies! This is good. This is fantastic news. Oh my God, the comfort rating has jumped up to 75. Okay, now we're at a point where I technically could start producing more people. Now remember, by the way, that now we're above 15. We're going to start getting renegades soon, and that is going to become a bit of a problem. It's a problem we're going to have to just sort of accept and eat, but it is, in fact, a problem. Let's see, it's nighttime. Let's go ahead and make sure we turn these back on. Blah, 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 blah. Still need to keep that comfort rating nice and high. That's huge, though. That's a huge boost in comfort. I actually think this was the right call, expensive as it is. But we have money because we lucked out with a breakthrough tech that lets me get money, whereas a lot of people doing hard mode would not have been able to do this. I think this is the right call. Maybe we're being smart, guys. Am I being smart? Oh, now a meteor shower's on the way. Oh, that's just swell, ain't it? Yeah, that's just great. Thank you. No, I really wanted to see one of those hitting. That's fantastical. Okay, cool. Running low on food. Kind of wish we had the Soylent Green so that we could eat Ragna's body, but we did not. It's fine, though. We're still going to get a larger harvest out of this than we ever would have out of everything else, with only 2 people working it this whole time. Less than that for part of it. Subsurface heating is mine. Okay, so with subsurface heating done, what else do we get? Low G turbines. Yeah, we could use polymers to upgrade our wind turbines. Not a good trade. I'm not going to worry about that. So we're going to get the Soylent Green, apparently. Do I want to do that? I guess we could, because that means that once somebody hits senior retirement age, we just immediately send them to go die. They'll eat like 0.2 food per day, but that's all they're going to eat, because then they'll produce 1. So technically, harvesting my renegades and or my seniors is going to be a way of gaining food using Soylent Green. Yeah, that's pretty horrible. But that is the thing we could do. Cool. We probably should get things like the vector pump going. I still do want to get things like the greenhouse Mars, but I think let's get the vector pump so I have some more reliable water sources. We will get greenhouses. I'm not really worried about sanity breakdowns yet. That has so far not even been close to a problem. And then, yeah, extractor amplification could be good if we want to have the extra... if we wanted to have the extra power loss but gain loads of extra, let's say, water, that could be useful. Not sure it's useful to me right now, but it is a thing we could do. So, subsurface. What was that under? Infrastructure? There it is, subsurface heater. Okay, so it consumes water and power. It does take machine parts. Increases the temperature in areas, protects nearby buildings. Now, I know that this can increase its radius. It consumes extra power in cold areas. Well, that's the entire planet right now, but that's fine. My question is, if we increase the temperature, does that mean that we consume less power on some of these buildings? Because if so, then it easily pays for itself. From a power perspective, all it does is cost me a lot of water. So if I were to place, for example, down over here, close to, let's say, my moisture vaporators, right, we would be able to leave them on all the time, consuming less power in total, but gaining enough water to keep this sustained. Maybe? I've never used these before. I just sort of vaguely understand how they work. We're going to place down one as a tester. Let's see what this can do. I'm very curious if this actually can do what I want it to do. Because that could be pretty substantial. And not having to worry about these buildings breaking down all the time could be pretty awesome for a lot of obvious reasons too. So yeah, I'm hopeful. We'll find out in a little bit. Okay, it is built. You can see that the temperature is heating up in these areas. This actually reminds me a little bit of Frostpunk, if I'm being honest. All right, increase the surface area. Now you can see this oh my god, this consumes more power than you said it would. They lied to me so hard. Still, if we do this and warm this up, what is the net result? It's a net gain in power. It is a net gain in power. Okay. Okay. Me like, we should be able to produce enough water. Now here's the thing. It says we're producing what we are demanding. Huh. I am curious, how big is the radius? The radius is pretty big. If we had actually located this elsewhere, we could have captured the subsurface heater as well as the dome. Now, here's another thing I don't know. Subsurface heater, does it work on the dome? Would it reduce the power consumption of this thing too? I don't actually know the answer, but I do know that as things stand right now, I'm happy with this. This at least does make my life easier. I think we actually can go down one. There we go. This still makes my life easier. We got plenty of water coming in. We can now start producing fuel and stuff again without any issue from power. Oh my god, this is huge. Okay, subsurface heaters are awesome, and I'm not nearly as scared of cold waves anymore. We did just gain, I think, about 15 food-ish. Let's see, 6, 10, 14-ish maybe, from the farm, which doesn't sound outstanding, but it's still a pretty decent harvest all in all. 14, 15 or so over the course of 5 days. It's about 3 food per day, which in theory was how much the hydroponics would give us, but it always gave us a lot less. So this is still a net gain of food for only 2 people, and in theory, as the soil quality jumps up, this is going to be getting more and more consistent as time goes on. So food-wise, we're looking kind of okay. Power-wise, we still have issues. Now, I am concerned that we can't sustain this during the night. No, it sure looks like we can. Power consumption's down to 14 right now. Why did the power consumption go down at night? I'm not complaining. It's still a good thing for me overall, but why? Great question. The good news is we easily can survive this cold wave for the next couple of days. I mean, freaking heck. No problem at all. Heck, if anything, if we actually do use a subsurface heater, and we could actually increase the radius enough to include the dome, and that works the way I hope, in fact, maybe even getting the water tower working, who knows, maybe we never have to worry about anything close to these cold waves ever again. One subsurface heater is enough to save our game, like forever. Maybe? I don't know. It'd be nice to think that that's the case. No clue, though. No more seniors yet. That's good. We have, it looks like, no, the child didn't die. I think one of the children just upgraded to youth, and one of our youth upgraded to adults. I have an unemployed person. Oh my god, we're actually increasing productivity. Who freaking knew? Okay, well, we can go for more machine parts, I suppose. What I really want to do is get some polymers production going, up and running. So what I'm going to do, this has to be in range of the dome for people to reach it. But this is in range also of the subsurface heater. So I know I don't have enough machine parts yet. We'll go ahead and change that and increase the number of people who can do work on the machine factory. But once we get enough of these parts, maybe even when the rocket returns, we can get a polymer factory and we'll have one person working it with extra hard work shifts, and that will give me an unexpected number of polymers. Not enough by itself. I think you need 6 people to get 9 per day or something if they're engineers. Like, that's the optimal. We might be able to hope for, like, 1. But even so, And the average comfort rating has jumped up to 79. We have a net positive birth rate about to hit us. In theory. It still may be a while before I can really see the fruits of our labor, and it still may come too late depending on how quickly these middle-aged people move on to becoming seniors. Middle-aged people can still have children, right? I think they can. I am pretty sure middle-aged people still can have children, so we're okay. As long as they don't all hit senior at once, and we can keep the birth rate going, we may have actually just stabilized ourselves enough to live. And you'll pardon me if I think that's awesome and I'm super happy and attracted to myself right now. You'll pardon me for that. Gosh, this is actually really fun. I didn't expect to enjoy surviving Mars on this difficulty as much as I am, but this is like an actual genuine puzzle. It's kind of fun. It's kind of cool being able to do that, you know? Anyway. Yeah, workaholics. I like that the workaholics seem to automatically move to jobs with higher workloads. That's good. I should create myself as a character sometime in Surviving Mars. Absolutely a workaholic, through and through. God, to the chagrin of my wife, I am a pretty massive workaholic, but that's going to be okay. Rocket has almost reached Earth. Almost. We're about to get an influx of another, what, 700 summit $1 million. We'll have to find out what the prices are looking like back on Earth. This may not be as useful as I would have liked, but it's a thing. How are we doing on that ramp? 36% of the way, and we're about to unlock a whole load more resources and some much-needed breakthroughs that we can use to speed up our science. All right, we have returned to Earth. Resupply. Might as well bring you back. We will buy polymers, machine parts, electronics. I still have more funding left over. I'm tempted to say that we need to get another explorer so I can just get more science. This would be a very expensive thing to do. But if we can get more science, this is a 50% increase in my science production, which is not enough to keep up with the other colonies, but it at least lets me start chugging through other techs a little faster. I'm very tempted to do this. It doesn't seem like the best, but I think we might. I also will buy a couple more drones. And if we're going to be producing our own polymers, maybe we're okay, but I'll buy 5 more there. So we're out of funding, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and launch all this. I'm going to take the science. I hope that wasn't a mistake. And with the science, I am hopeful that we'll start getting through more of these very valuable breakthroughs, find some other stuff that are helpful as far as, like, let's say, improving my comfort by getting, like, the hanging garden tower in the middle, or something like that. Anything to increase comfort, birth rate, improve food, more productivity, reduce maintenance, anything will be huge. Technology is the only way we're going to survive in the long term. And also, I think we just got another birth. My God, it's happening. Okay, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.